I was listening to your music on my way into the studio today, and so obviously Hearts Ain't Gonna Lie with Jonas Blue. I love it, but I noticed that there's like a little bit of a difference because when you read the lyrics and you hear the lyrics, it's like a kind of like a sad song.
Yeah.
But when Jonas Blue has his spin on it, you can kind of be poppy and like dance to it.
Yeah.
But like this version, I could feel like there's like you could feel the. Do you notice that? Like, do people tell you like I can notice a difference or anything like that?
I mean, there's definitely a big difference. I think, when we created the Jonas Blue version together, it was nice to have an uplifting version of the song. Well, because the crux of the song is it's about doing what's right for you, letting go. And that's why with the video as well and like all the dancing and stuff, it's like I just wanted to like embrace who I am and just let go of like a shitty situation. I shouldn't have sworn, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, so there is there's a huge difference, but I think there's nothing wrong with that.
So basically, like when you go out to the club, like you play that version so you can dance, and then when you're here, you play this one. Yeah, a little bit.
Well, this is I'd have to bring like a DJ deck, Jonas Blue. Like.
Do you have a preference of like which version you like to perform?
I love both, but the thing is, especially because the acoustic is where this came from. Like I wrote this song a couple of years ago, and then I posted it online. I had it. I was holding onto it for so long, and I didn't know what to do with it, and I just decided to put it up on Facebook, and it exploded. Got over 2 million views in less than a week, and it's still like I think it's nearly at 50 million now, and it's like constantly growing. And Jonas Blue found that version online, so it's always it's always going to come from that, and that's the emotion there, and so but both have different meanings to me.
Did he reach out to you when he saw it? Like, how did you guys get in touch?
Yeah, he contacted me through Facebook, and I know.
He found you on Facebook?
Yeah,
I can't even find my own grandmother on Facebook. He found you?
He found me. And then I basically went down to his studio and we hung out, and he said he wanted to do another version. Obviously I'm always going to be a bit apprehensive because it's my baby. Yeah. And handing your baby to somebody else, that's a scary thing, especially when you obviously I knew his music really well, but I didn't know the guy until I met him. And but we really we hit it off. He was really cool, and he respected my song. So
you were okay with the final product, is what you're saying? Okay. Yeah. So let's obviously you said you wrote the song a couple years ago. Yeah. Because you first made it big. Well, you first made waves when you came out here. I think it was back in 2013. You were very young, like 19 or something like that. Yeah. And you were with Jay-Z at first, and then Nas. What is it like having big names like that right off the bat?
It was very overwhelming. For sure, very overwhelming. And it was very fast, and I just wasn't really ready. It wasn't my time yet. And I really needed to take a step back. It wasn't the right place for me, and I took a step back. Luckily, even though I took a step back, I still had a song with Nas, so I had that under my belt. But I really needed time to just grow and write the songs that really were true to myself, because I wasn't doing that before. And as soon as I did that, I felt ready again. So yeah.
So do you notice a difference between your writing? Because I know you've written for a couple other artists. It was BTS. Is that the K-pop band? So you written for BTS?
Yes, I did.
I think, and then the other one was who was it? Nelly Furtado as well.
Nelly Furtado,
so you've written for some big people. So do you notice a difference when it's you're writing for them as opposed to yourself, or is it all one process?
There's a huge difference. Writing for myself, it's it can be a very emotional, kind of spiritual journey where I get very people will play these incredible chords to me, and it kind of arouses something in me where I just feel like I need to express myself, and I don't necessarily know how to do that just talking to you. I wouldn't know how to I couldn't tell you how I was feeling right now, but if you put me in front of a piano or something, then that's how I get my emotion out. But then when I'm writing with other people for their projects, it's so fun because I get to go in their headspace, and it's not emotionally draining because I'm yeah, whatever you want to do, let's do it. Awesome. And it's a completely different process.
Well, it sounds like you're very positive about everything. How do you find these deep rooted if you're just such a positive person, do you have to go to your own headspace? Are you drawing on past things?
Yeah, no, I mean everything that I've written, all the stuff that is out there now, they are very real situations I've experienced, and like I said, for me, weirdly, it takes one chord and it
that's it,
brings me back into that moment. And I never go to studio hey, I want to write this song, I'm gonna write a song like this. It just happens, and I just whatever I'm feeling, it just comes
It's all
out.
based on something.
Yeah, it's all. But I won't know till like the end of the day, and I'm like, that's what I like. You know, when you're just feeling a bit cloudy, and like that's how I get that cloud to like disappear.
So so there's some schmo somewhere like walking around who Hearts Ain't Gonna Lie is like about, and he's just like, damn it, I screwed up big time.
But it's not actually about a particular like it's not a love relationship in that way. Like it's definitely about somebody, but it's not like
specific.
Well, it is, but not as a boyfriend or anything like that. It's just a person who kind of sucked.
Just in your life at some point.
Yeah.
So another thing that I like that I saw, and I think this is true. So you released a new song every month last year.
Yeah.
Was that something that you just like set out to do, or is this just like, oh, I have another one, here we go?
It was literally, I have another one, like here we go. And I didn't realize that I was kind of, releasing one every month, and then I just
came out to be
kept
a thing.
doing it. Yeah, just kept doing it. I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, it worked out pretty well, I feel like, right? So then, as like going forward, like obviously you've worked with Jonas Blue now, so you kind of have like the pop crossover, kind of like with that. Is there somebody that you're really looking forward to maybe hopping on a track with now?
I really want to work with Childish Gambino.
Hey.
That would be awesome. So if you got any like links,
let me hit him up on Twitter real quick.
My way.
So were you having like a heart attack then when he announced like he's putting it to bed like and everything?
Well, the thing is, everyone always says that. Everyone says they're retiring, but they always come back. You can't stay away. Come on, come on.
So what do you got planned for like the future? Can we expect like a full-on album?
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely want to release an album. I'm touring 100%. I have some shows in April in the UK, so if anyone just happens to be in the UK, come on over on me. But
oh wait, on you then? Oh, okay, all right.
I mean, on the flights, just a show.
Oh, okay.
Just a show. But yeah, I definitely want to do some shows in the US, like 100%. So I'll be back.
Do you feel comfortable like when you're here in the US, or do you have like a more of like a homely feeling when you're in the UK?
You know what? I love being here. I'm half American. I spent all my summers in Louisiana and Texas and like Dallas and Abilene and Boyce and Louisiana. So like whenever I'm here, it feels good. Like I can go down the street and someone's like, hi, and I'm like, hi. Like it feels so nice to just be able to do that. Everyone's so like welcoming.
Yeah, that's the South. That's not like that's not everywhere. If I saw you on the street, I'd probably keep my head down. Just, all right, just keep going. Like, okay.
Well, somebody will say hi to me.
Okay. So it definitely, all right. So you're definitely comfortable here. That's awesome. Did that play a part in like that you wanted to be, like in your music? I guess like the fact that you have both US, UK. Like, is that always something that you contribute to your success so far? Like everything like that.
Like. I guess. I mean,
it's
you
influence,
always.
I suppose.
Yeah, I have a lot of influences. Like, I love listening to like Nina Simone and Jeff Buckley, and like I love Nina Simone's voice, and I have a lot of influences in terms of like where I'm from, like in terms of like growing up in London. I guess you never even realize how much these things, like your environment, like influences you. So I couldn't actually tell you like, oh, it's because I heard the train every day that I wrote this song or something. Like, yeah, I'm sure that it has an impact.
So so obviously, I mean, like out of all these that I've done here in the year or whatever that I've been here, like your voice is probably one of the best like that I've heard.
Oh, don't say that. That's really nice.
I'm being dead serious.
Thank
So
you.
like, was there a moment in your life where you're just like, okay, so I can kind of sing? Like, did you have that like haha moment, or was it just something gradual?
You know what? It's so funny you say that because I have been told so many times, like when I was younger, like stop singing. Like I'd be singing around the house and they'd be like, shut up. And there was a lot of people, like even when I was at school, I'd sing all the time. They'd be like, you're too loud. You're shouting. You're not singing. You're shouting. And like I hear that all the time. And it took me a while to like really like I obviously didn't listen to any of those people, otherwise I wouldn't be on the stage right now. But yeah, I heard that I wasn't good a lot of times, but you know what? All it did was make me practice. I just practiced until I got better. Basically.
And you dropped that song with Nas, and you're like, now
yeah,
what?
and then I was like, and what?